Over to you. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon, everyone. And this is Asma Khan. And today I am going to present my research paper titled Green Bonds and Firms' Green Investment, the Influence of the Agency Cost. So the focus of this study is basically to see how the agency cost influence the effectiveness of green bond issuance on green investments in China-listed companies from year 2016 to 2023. So we all know that this starts with the Paris Agreement, in which 195 countries took part in the conference, and they signed up with the agreement that they will try to control the global temperature rise below 2 degrees centigrade by the second half of the 21st century. So after this Paris Agreement, some of the countries, they already started working on this initiative, like US, China, France, and Germany. They are already working to promote the green development and the innovation. But it's not an easy task, because we know that the green development requires a lot of funding and there is a lot of financial needs. So according to the UNCTAD, the 2 to 7 trillion USD is required for the sustainable development. And it is a lot of funding that is required to promote the sustainable development goals. But there are some challenges that is associated with the green investments. For example, raising new funds and channeling the existing assets towards the sustainable development is very crucial and challenging. And then green projects also comes with high level of uncertainties. They have long payback period, the complex regulations, and the lower returns that make it more complicated to initiate for the firms and at country levels. So the difficulty in accessing the funds restricts the firm's green initiatives. So these are the basic challenge that makes it difficult for the firms to go for the green initiatives.
Sorry, Asma, can you stand a little bit closer to the microphone just for the online? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, then we have green fundings, because there are a lot of green fundings involved, but there are some also challenges related to the green fundings. And for example, the first dispute about the green fundings is about effectively measuring the green fundings. If there is some green funding, are they effectively used or not? And how we can effectively measure these green fundings on the green investments. And then, because these challenges of measuring the effectiveness of the green fundings are coming from the core challenges like information asymmetry, agency problems, and greenwashing. So the challenges like the information asymmetry and agency problems, they make it more complicated to measure how effective the green bond issuance are for promoting the green investments. The stakeholder concerns in this regard is that if it is generally promoting the sustainability, or they are rebranding the existing projects for their funding advantages, right? So there is a debate that either if this green financing will actually help in the sustainable developments of the countries or the farms, or is it just a way of rebranding the existing projects and to get the benefits of the low cost of the funds. So the question here arises that a green bond is a credible tool for addressing the agency conflicts and the greenwashing in green investment practices. So either the green bond issuance is credible tool for promoting the green investment, or is it just promoting another greenwashing acts among the firms, or they are just utilizing the green bonds to generate low cost funds for the other traditional projects. So in this regard, that either this green bond is a credible tool or not, there are two perspectives. The one is the perspective that is coming from the proponents that think that green bonds has this capacity that it can reduce the agency cost. And because the green bonds issuance can increase and improve the governance system, and it can encourage the firm's green investments. Then there are some critiques that says that because there is a whenever there is a green funding involved, it means that there are diversity in the stakeholders. The multiple stakeholders are involved in the resource allocation. So there are the chances that the agency cost will increase because there are the chances of the conflict of interest among the stakeholders, and there are the chances of the greenwashing. So this is an inconclusive debate about the green bonds, that either the green bond has a positive impact on the green initiatives of the company, or it has a negative effect on the green investments, or they are promoting the greenwashing and other negative. So that's why this study aims to resolve this inconclusive debate about the impact of green bonds on the firm's green investments in the presence of agency cost. So what are the sources of agency cost when we talk in context to the green investments? So we know that agency cost is a persistence challenge, and it's there from the traditional finance, and a lot of researches has been conducted on the effect of agency cost on the performance of the firms. And but in the context of green finance, it's still an unexplored area. Not a lot of researches has been conducting to see that how the agency cost presence is influencing the effectiveness of green bond issuance for promoting the green investment. So there is in green investment, it becomes more complex because in green financing and green investment, there are multiple stakeholders involved. We have at farms level stakeholders, then the general public is also interested to know that what the companies are doing. Then there is the involvement of the government and other institutionals. So there are a lot of stakeholders that are involved in this context that make it more complex when we talk about the agency cost in the terms of the sustainability projects. So agents must optimize green capital for the long-term gains while minimizing the environmental cost. However, managers may prioritize short-term profits instead of investing the money for the long-term projects that is a bit slow, and the returns are uncertain as compared to the other projects. And then, because in the green investment, the act of greenwashing is also possible, because firms can also engage in the act of greenwashing by making the false and misleading statements about the environmental impact of the project, because they just wanted to get access to the funds with the lower cost. And then, because there is a lack of information transparency in the green innovation market, which can result in the information asymmetry that can also promote the agency cost. So whenever we talk about the agency cost, there are the two theories that are very important in this context. So one is the agency theory, and the other one is the signaling theory. So the agency theory states that the environmental investments are the long-term commitments and often avoided by the management due to the lack of immediate benefits. So we can see that there is a conflict of interest, because the managers are usually interested in the short-term benefits so that they can have a good results for the firm's performance. So they usually try to avoid the long-term investments. And then, because there is a agency conflict, there is a rise of agency conflict because of the diverse stakeholders. So there are the chances that the bonding and monitoring cost should be increased, that can increase the agency cost. And this agency cost can be mitigated if there is more financial and non-financial disclosures, if the information asymmetry can be reduced in some way. So it can reduce the agency cost for the firms. Then there is a signaling theory that tells us that by sending the quality information signals to the stakeholders, corporation can reduce the information gap, and that exists between the stakeholder and the firms. And in the same way, the previous researches, because there is no direct researches on the green bond issuance that tells us that how the signal theory is applicable. But when we look at the impact of the signaling theory in the context of CSR, so it says that the CSR and sustainability reports also send the positive signals into the market, and it has a positive effect on the availability of the information. It reduces information asymmetry in the diverse stakeholders. So when we talk about the green bonds, so we know that the green bonds, when issued, they have their prospectus disclose a lot about the proceeds and the characteristics of the project. So whenever there is a green bond issuance, they are coming with a lot of information into the market because they have the prospectus contains all the financial characteristics and all the information about the projects the proceeds is going to support. And then green bond signals also forms that also signals to the market there is a firm's dedication towards the environmental projects, because we know that these green projects is particularly issued for the environmental projects. So whenever there is a green bonds issuance, it means that the company is involved in some kind of the sustainable projects. And also the previous studies showed that whenever there is a green bond issuance, there is a positive stock return from the in the market. So this is also another uh, 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 research. And then we have another research that tells that green bonds reduce information asymmetry, it enhances liquidity and lower perceived risks. So this study also spot that the issuance of the green bonds can reduce the problem of the information asymmetry. And then the social responsible activities, if we link the green bond issuance with the social responsibility, because it is also a tool that is telling the market that the company is and the firms are somehow engaged in the social responsible or environmental friendly activities. So it also enhanced the management of information asymmetry and reduce agency costs. And the lower agency cost improve information flow that encourage the corporate innovations. So based on some literature, I have these three hypotheses that I'm going to test in this study. The first one is the green bond issues reduces firms agency cost because it provides a lot of information about the companies and the proceeds and the funding usage. So it means that there is a lot of information is going into the market, so it should reduce the agency cost. And then the second hypothesis we want to test that firm agency cost has a negative effect on the green investments, because whenever there is a lack of transparency, there is a chances that the firm's green investment is low. And then I want to see that how the green bond issuance, if the green bond issuance reduce agency cost and promote the green investment, is the green bonds can be used as a tool to create the information transparency into the market and to promote the green initiatives. So this is my third hypothesis that I wanted to testify. So for the sample selection, the study period is starting from 2016 to 2023. The reason of starting from the 2016 is because the study is based on China, and the first green bond issued in China was in 2015. So because the information is available after 2015, so we started from the 2016, and the data is collected from 2016 to 2023. The focus of the study is on the Asia-listed companies and only for the non-financial companies. And then we have the criteria for the selection that the companies should be listed before and during 2016. And because in China, we have these four main types of the green bonds. We have green financial bonds, green corporate bonds, enterprise, and assets-based securities. But the focus of this studies is only on the green corporate bonds and the green enterprise bond, because these bonds have the same characteristics, whereas the financial asset-based securities, they are not directly used for the green projects. So it's the channeling of the funds in the green financial bonds and the green asset-based securities is different from these two bonds. And based on all this, the total 100 green bonds were obtained from the 38 listed companies from 2016 to 2023. And it was interesting to see that the most of the green bonds was issued by the unlisted companies in China. So because we just wanted to focus on the listed companies, so the 30, we collected 100 green bonds, and these 100 green bonds are coming from the corporate and enterprise bonds. And we have the data of 2,335 companies in total from the A-listed companies. So this is the variable selection. So first we have the green bond issuance because we are using difference in difference model. So we took a interaction variable treated and into post. And for treated is 1 is for the firm who is issuing the green bonds, and 0 is taken for the firms without green bonds. And then we have post, and one is for the issuance year and zero after. If the company has issued 2000 the green bond in 2017, it is taken as 1. And after 2017 to 2023, all the periods will be taken as 1, because it means that they have the green bond issuance and they were working on the sustainability of the projects. And then we have 0 for the pre-issuance period and for the companies that did not issue any green bonds. Then we have green investments, that is calculated by using the Farm's environmental protection investments, and we took the log transform for this variable. And then for the agency costs, based on the previous researches, we took the ratio of operating expenses to the total assets. And the operating expenses are basically calculated by the management and the sales expenses. Then for the control variables, we have farm size, leverage, and profitability, and the cash ratio. So these are the variable selections for the study. So for model construction, because we have a mediating effect model, so here we can see that first we want to see the effect of the green bonds issuance on the green investments. So we want to see the direct effect of the green bonds on the green investments. Then we want to see that what is the effect of the green bond issuance on the farm's agency cost. And also we want to see that how the agency cost is affecting the farm's green initiatives. So we will also see the relationship between agency cost and the green investments. And then we want to see the indirect effect of green bond issuance on the green investment in the presence of agency cost, which is our mediating model. So these are the results of the following models. And first we have seen the effect of the green bond issuance on the green investment, and we can see that there is a significant positive relationship between the farm's green bond issuance and the green investment, which tells that in Chinese listed farms, the green bond issuance is actually promoting the green investments. And because the size is also positively significantly related, so it shows that the bigger farms are more prone to green investment as compared to the smaller farms. And there is a negative relationship of the leverage with the green investment, which shows that the high leverage farms or the farms with a high debt level, they are a bit reluctant to go for the green investments. Then we have profitability and cash ratio. Positive relationship shows that more profitable companies like to go for the green investments. And a cash ratio positive relationship shows us the liquidity impact. So it shows that a farm with more liquidity has more chances that it would like to go for the green investments. Then we have second model in which we have tested the relationship between the agency cost and green investments. So we can see that there is a very strong negative relationship of agency cost on the green investment. It shows that the agency cost has a negative effect on the green investment. So the presence of agency cost can reduce the green investment initiatives of the companies. And then again, if we look at the agency cost and the relationship of the green bond issuance, so we can see that there is a significant negative relationship between agency cost and the green bond issuance, which means that the issuance of the green bonds actually reducing the agency cost. But if we look at the magnitude of the reduction, it's not too big. So actually the green bond issuance is bringing some kind of the transparency into the market, but the reduction is not, the magnitude of reduction is not so big. So whenever we go for the mediating effect, we can see that the green investments become insignificant in the presence of the agency cost, which shows that agency cost has a full mediating effect, which means that in the presence of the agency cost, the green bond issuance are not promoting the green investments in the farm. Although the agency cost is reducing because of the issuance of the green bonds, but the magnitude of the negative effect of the agency cost is bigger than that minimal effect of the positive effect of the green bond issuance on the agency cost, which make it insignificant when we run the model with the agency cost. After that, we did the propensity score matching because we have more companies without green bond issuance, and there was very few companies with the green bonds. So we did we balanced some data, and we can see that after balancing, the variability ratio has decreased. And after that, we used the matched data again to run our tests. And this is the graphs that shows that how we did the balance based on these cofactors. So we can see that the red dots are showing the mean difference before matching the companies. And after matching, we can see that the most of the companies based on the size leverage are falling on the same. And then we can see this box plot in which we can see the treated, which are the green bond issuing companies, and the control are the companies without green bond issuance. So we can see that the median for the treated one is higher than for the control group. This means that the treated companies has more green investment as compared to the control groups. Also, we can see the range is more wider in the control group as compared to the treated group, which means that in control group, the variability in the green investments is higher as compared to the treated groups. And both of the treated and control group have some outliers, but we can see that in the control group, we have both extreme lower and extreme higher outliers. So which shows that in control group, we have more variations in the green investment, whereas the treated group, which is the companies which are issuing green bonds, has a stability, some kind of stability in the green investments. And then we took a 1 year lag to see that maybe it took 1 year for the green bond issuance to actually allocate the funds and to to take the green initiatives by the firms. So we saw that after taking a lag post-treatment, the green investment become significant level of the green bond issuance on the green investment has improved. It moves from 10% to 5%. So it means that it took 1 year to the green bonds to actually be effective on the green investments of the companies, because it takes the time for the planning and the resource allocation for the green projects after the green bond issuance. And then we can see that the agency cost is still has a negative. It means that green bond issuance is still reducing the agency cost of the company. It is increasing the transparency, but the magnitude is not too big as compared to the negative. We can see that in the presence of the agency cost, again, we can see that the significance level of the green investment has reduced when we incorporate the agency cost. So from the 1 year lag data, there is a partial mediation effect of the agency cost. We can see here that it means that the presence of agency cost is somehow reducing the positive effect of the green bond issuance on the green investment. So the key takeaways from this research is that green bonds is effective to alleviate the financial constraints and enables firms to undertake the green initiatives for the sustainable development. Green bond issuance significantly promoting green investment in Chinese firms, but the study also confirms the mediating effect of the agency cost on the relationship between the green bond issuance and the green investments. While the green bond is reducing agency cost, but the magnitude is insufficient to fully mitigate the negative impact of the agency cost on the green investments, right? So it means that the green bond issuance is just not enough to reduce the agency cost and to promote the transparency and the information. To reduce the information asymmetry, there might be need of more governance system and some other strategies to control the agency cost. And agency costs remain a significant barrier for the green development despite of the green bond issuance. And for the implication, it means that we need to develop a mechanism to effectively control these agency costs if we want to make the green bonds more effective for promoting the green initiatives, and recognize that green bonds alone is not enough to promote the green investment if the agency costs are high. Thank you.